Now, at first, this series was not at all on my radar. I just started watching it because I saw a random clip of it on Instagram, and I decided, you know what? I'll give it a chance. And I instantly fell in love with the series. I instantly just loved the direction it was going and the creative takes it had. And so when it ended, I was definitely kind of sad. When the anime ended, I mean, it was a fantastic ending. If you have not seen it already, I made a video on it right here. But I mean, it was just an incredible ending, an incredible anime all around. But I was impatient and had to get the rest of the story. So I bought the manga, and well, now I'm like 200 chapters plus into it. So that's where we are today. So needless to say, I have seen well past the anime, like very, very far past the anime. There is a lot of content to Tokyo Revengers, and there's still more being released. And yet I am still fully engrossed into it. Like, it has my attention 100%. I think that's really telling, because for a series to have over 200 plus chapters and still have my attention, that's something you gotta work for. And I think a lot of that's because of the main character. I mean, Takemichi, he is not exactly the strongest guy out there. I mean, mentally, the dude's a beast. I mean, he can take a whooping and he still stands up. But, like, physically, though, he relies on all the other people to go and do the physical fights for him. But because of that, watching him grow as a character from being literally like as weak as you could basically get in the series to slowly getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and I mean, it's incredible to honestly watch. Like, it's really, really cool to watch. Takemichi is one of the best written characters that I've seen recently. I mean, he started off as like, as I said, as weak as you could get. However, over the 200 chapters that I've read so far, and still going on, he gets stronger and stronger every single time he gets into a fight or anything like that. Between mentally, physically, and just everything, he just gets stronger and stronger and rallies these people around him. And it's awesome to see him grow in these different ways. I mean, there's a lot more Tokyo Revengers than just Takemichi's growth. I mean, the characters and all that, the villains, everything is just, all the characters are usually very well developed to the point where you really matter or you really care about the fights that are coming up. And especially with what comes past the anime, there's a lot more of these build-ups to these conflicts. They take a lot more build-up to them. I mean, think about the first fight in Tokyo Revengers, when you just had, it was the guy who had like the ringleader for the fights, the underground fighting club, and then you had Takemichi go in there and try to fight him. There wasn't a I mean, there was a build up to it, but it wasn't like you got a huge amount of backstory to that dude. In fact, I don't think you really did get any backstories at all to the guy Takemichi was fighting. But moving forward, though, a lot of these figures that you'll see, they get built up a lot, and you really start to like care about all the characters that are involved in these conflicts, and it's incredible to watch, honestly. There's one conflict, and I'm not going to talk about it too much in detail because I don't want to give any spoilers, at least not as little as I can, but there's one conflict that happens. I forgot what chapter it's at, but it's a bit of the ways down, and it's one of the final conflicts that I've read. And it really just shows the progression of Takemichi. He's the one holding the flag because Mikey and Traken can't be there, so he's the one with the big Tokyo Manji gang or whatever on his back. The flag, just he's out there leading. He's the one leading this whole fight, and it really shows that he started off as literally like a slave, and then got up to this point where now he's leading these boys into battle. And he's out, and he shows off his strength. I mean, granted, his fighting strength isn't really much, but he shows off his strength of literally never giving up. Literally never giving up. At one point, the man has a gun pointed to his head, and he still does not give up. I mean, it is incredible to see how far Takemichi has grown, and it's really just, he's such an incredible character. Like, loves watching him grow from this weak ass dude to, you really root for him. Like, you really want him to succeed. So anytime that he portrays any sort of strength, it feels so great, honestly. Like, it feels fantastic. And that's not even touching on the story for Tokyo Revengers. If you've watched the anime, you know the gist of it already. You've got Takemichi, he can go forward and back in 12-year increments, and he's trying to get the future where everyone lives, where he has a great life, where his girlfriend... Okay, I talked about this in my last video. Quick pause, though. Just think about this for a second. The man's mentally is like 26 or something like that, and he's dating a middle schooler. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, I just had to say that, but he's trying to find the future where she lives, and oh my god, it's honestly incredible to watch. I love the story of it. Is it the most original? I don't know, I'm sure there's someone else who thought of it at some point, but I have not watched anything like this beforehand. The closest I can think of is ReZero, but it's still very different though. The only difference is that in ReZero, the guy can just repeat. He just repeats from checkpoint to checkpoint. He repeats his life. However, in Tokyo Revengers though, he can't repeat. He doesn't get do-overs. If some bad shit happens, that's it. He's got to hope it's in the future so he can go back. But if it happens in the past, the 12 years when he's in the past, that's it. That's game over then. Whatever there's huge risks. And I love to see that. Both concepts of this hero that has to repeat these things over and over again. Although I guess to a degree it's not the most repeating thing but you get where I'm going though. They both have very different ways of going about it, but both serve a very great purpose in character development. With ReZero, you have to watch the character struggle over and over again to try and solve an issue. And, well, you know that he'll at the end probably solve it because, well, he can just redo things over and over and over again until he gets the outcome that he wants. It's all about watching him kind of piece together the ultimate solution to where he gets the outcome that he needs. However, with Tokyo Revengers, though, there's no redos. He can go into the future to go see what the current outcome is and kind of get some sort of intel, but that's about it, though. He can then go back to the past with that intel, but that's about all he's got, though. Seriously, Tokyo Revengers, the manga is incredible, and I just can't wait for the rest of it to be animated. I think they did a fantastic job with adapting it to anime. I know some people out there said the pacing's way better in the manga or whatnot. I really couldn't tell a difference. It felt a bit faster in the manga, I would say, but I think that the time spent with the anime, kind of just elongating some things a little bit. I felt that it paid off. I felt it had a positive impact on the series. That's my personal opinion on it. I think that's the case just because it kind of adds more to you get more insight into who Takemichi is and what's going on. With the manga, I felt it went really fast right into the conflict, which is cool and all, but I felt there wasn't as much developing of these characters that Takemichi's trying to save and that he's being with. At the beginning, I should add. Because as it goes on, they're all built up insanely well. I mean, the character development is crazy good in this series. It just builds up character after character after character and really gets you to understand all these figures in the series. However, in the manga, I felt the beginning was just, I don't know. Either way, they're both fantastic. But I love what the anime added, with just the sounds, the beautiful animations, the everything. I felt it definitely adds a lot, and so I'm very excited to go and see how they adapt these future chapters, because there's a lot of stuff that I think they're going to do a fantastic job, like an absolutely stellar job animating. And while it was great to read them in the manga, I'm really excited to go and see how they play out in the anime. Now, I could talk about the debate between manga and anime all day long. There's so many different things that could get into it. And in fact, that might be a good video idea at some point. But I could go on forever and ever about it. But at the end of the day, though, The manga goes way further than the anime, and it's a fantastic manga. It's absolutely incredible, and the adaptation of it is just equally as fantastic. So if you caught up with the anime and you want to see where it goes, and you don't want to wait like I did, or you don't want to wait like as I did not want to wait, read the manga. It's fantastic. You won't regret it. It is incredible. But I'm also going to be watching that. I'm probably going to also watch the anime when it comes out, because it was incredible. I love what they've done with Tokyo Revengers, and I love the series as a whole. And I'm very excited to see where it continues to go, especially as it is now in the manga entered the final arc. It is coming to a close, and I'm very excited to see how it ends up. But with that being said, though, this is Senpai Supreme. Some of my latest videos are popping up on the screen right now. Let's go check them out. I got anime reviews, manga reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Let's go check them out. I'm sure you'll find something that you will enjoy. And also, if it's not too much of an inconvenience for y'all, leave a like, leave a comment, and even subscribe. We are trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. And I've got a long way to go, but I've got a bunch of exciting stuff coming, so I'm hoping that we can reach it. Anyways, as I said, this has been Senpai Supreme, and hope to see you all in the next video. Peace.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. Are you really telling me that you're not subscribed to the one and only Senpai Supreme? If you're a real WWE champion and anime thigh lover like me, you'll subscribe right now, brother. Let those likes run wild, oh yeah!